Leeds 3, Chelsea 1. Not a good day. Basically, what I predicted, my prediction for the game came true, but just on the other side. I predicted Chelsea to win 3-1, but it turns out Leeds won 3-1. The performance in general, right? Unacceptable. There is nothing you can take from this game. Enzo Maresca said it himself in his post-match review of the game. He said it. He said there's nothing we can take from the game. And definitely, it's not one of those games that you lose and you go like, okay, we did something, we did X, Y, and Z, and we can improve on it. For this game. I won't say there's something for us to improve on, but just there's something that we shouldn't ever repeat. There are a bunch of things in this game that we did, or the entire Chelsea squad. Now, this one is one of those one again. I'm going from Maresca down, everybody. When Maresca do what he's supposed to do, we praise him, right? Not good enough. Absolutely not. What was happening? If you watch the game, I don't know. Like I can't listen. It's the same thing whenever we face this mid-table team, this low block team. But today against Leeds, you cannot call Leeds a low block because there was nothing low block about them today. They took the game to us. The pressure was on. I said all of that in my preview. And I said it. I was like, Lee's gonna bring the pressure because I watched that game against City. They mounted pressure on City. They put City on their back foot right for a little bit, especially in the beginning of the game. And I know it was going to be the same. So my intention or my plan from I think Maresca should have thought about, or the entire Chelsea squad. Within the first 10 minutes of the game, Lee's going to mount, a huge amount of pressure. And we should be able to endure that. At least with the caliber of player we have, you would think that would be easy, right? That we should be able to contain the pressure that Lee's going to bring. But no, we were getting pressure left, right, and center. We cannot, every single human being on that page in the Chelsea kit were making mistake one after the other, right? Now, we're gonna get to 5 things we learn and all of that, but the game in itself, the defense symbolic, we will come to that. The midfield also symbolic, we will come to that. The attack also no good. There was nothing good about the attack today, other than the Pedro Neto goal, right? And we will come to all of that, right? What was going on? The game today is like everybody just look a little bit sloppy, and this is usually how it is when we face the type of teams. And we're going to go face Bournemouth. We cannot go, and Bournemouth is definitely way better than. Excuse me. It's definitely way better than Leeds. You know that. I know that. Because that's why even most of us, if you watch the most Chelsea channel out there, our entire preview was mostly focused towards rest and certain group of players, right? So it's like to an extent, but I also do have problem with the landlord because there are certain people we know they were going to be rested. But looking at the people that we have at the club, yeah, absolutely unacceptable. Unacceptable. Let's get into it. 5 things to learn. Number 1, Maresca. Right? If Maresca gets it right, we come out here and sing Maresca songs of praise, right? We give the man the flower that he deserves. Today, did he actually get it wrong? To an extent, no. Right? But listen, where my problem comes in is the lineup. You cannot put Tosin and Badiashile together and then put Chaluba at right back, then leaving the both of them together, knowing fully well that Badiashile just came back from injury and Tosin is not very good in terms of defending. So you need somebody to be there to bring that leadership, that defensive person, that physicality into that midfield, into that defense to be able to at least bring some sort of a balance. So I will be okay with Tosin and maybe Chaluba, but not Tosin and Badiashile. Because now you just if you leave the both of them by themselves, exactly, stuff like that do happen. So that was my number 1 problem. Again, why is Malo Gusto not on the pitch? Reece James, I wasn't expecting him to get on the pitch in this game. Malo Gusto, why was he not even starting the game from the get-go? Now, forget Malo Gusto. You also have George Acheampong that could potentially play as a right back. Not even potentially. That's his position. Why he's not on the pitch? And some people might even make the case that George should be on the pitch instead of Tosin. Like I talk it, Tosin being on the ball, there's no problem. But Tosin, when it said defend, that's what the problem actually is. Listen, the second goal came from him. He won the ball, make a shaky pass to Enzo Fernandez that struggled to get on the ball, and then Leeds got the ball. Tanaka, boom, goal. Right? Now, the first goal, let's not talk about that because everybody was basically staying in bed. Right, man running free, nobody's on his header. Free header. You cannot blame Sanchez for that. Did Sanchez have a good game today? Not really. But the defense was of no help to him today. right? Tossing. Now, forget, in my preview, I put Garnacho to start instead of Getting. Now, Getting's got an assist. Yeah, okay, fine. He did get an assist, but Garnacho would have been better in that game and bring more balance to the team. Because the reason why I put Garnacho instead of Gittins, because it brings that balance. Because the midfield we don't have Casado, we don't have James there, right? So now we need some sort of balance in terms of defensive, and that because I also put Pedro Neto on the bench to start with. So meaning when it comes to defensive stability, we are a bit lacking in the way we play. So we need someone like Garnacho to be able to bring that balance, because now we also see a little bit of Garnacho work rate in the squad, and he's doing something good on that end. So you cannot put Gittins there, and Gittins just look a little bit like slow, not slow, right? You can even see Chelsea players are reluctant to give Gittins the ball. Now he's good in a 1v1 situation, but even with that, like the strength, the physicality, he's lacking. And this game, that's what's going to happen. Leeds, you're going to play Leeds, and Leeds going to come in with, they're going to be physical. You see that with Esteva getting that red card, not red card, but yellow card, right? Like Enzo Maresca said, welcome to the Premier League. Stuff like this going to happen. So in this type of game, it's not, it's skills is needed, right? Technicality is needed, but aggression and physicality wins you this type of game. Absolutely do wins you this type of game. That's why I was going with the like of Garnacho on that side. And when he came in, you saw what he did. Right? He looks more alive than Gittins, even though Gittins got the assist. Right? So Maresca on that end, the lineup, the starting 11, I think he could have done a little bit better. Right? The lap being up there. What's his name? Palmer is fit. Why is Palmer not on the pitch? That's my question to him as well, right? Because we already now Enzo in that role is to help. What's his name? Santos, right? We know Santos did what Santos did against Burnley, yes, but today Santos absolutely struggled as well, and you don't want to see that repeating. Now Enzo should be. Palmer is there. Why Palmer didn't start the game? It could have helped. It definitely could have helped, but we move. Number 2, right? The defensive shamble. Now I've already talked about that, right? And listen, we kept seeing one mistake after another. Sanchez make a couple of them. Now we see the defense as well, one fumble after another. Well, what's the problem? That's why I said you cannot put those two people together, Tosin and Badi the Sheet. No. You can put Tosin and Chalobah and Fofana. I also do understand Chalobah and Badi the Sheet. I understand that, because you need somebody with that physical presence and pace. Both Tosin and Badi the Sheet don't have the pace, don't have that physical presence, in my opinion. No, I think the both of them are good on the ball, and in this game, Lord have mercy, the both of them didn't do what exactly they were supposed to do. Right? So it's like we need to see a little bit more. They got to get into, Tosin need to be better. I know today, because I'm already on him, right? Everybody's going to be going on him, because we have people like, what's his name? Disasi in the bomb squad. For you to be doing this, Disasi is in the bomb squad just so you can be doing this, be making this type of mistake. After we scored that first goal, we looked like we were ready. We were coming back into it. We were mounting pressure on them. And then that happened. Not just the case that it ruins the momentum, it ruins the flow, it ruins the hope that the team were building, the fans were gathering, because at that the energy was coming not just from the team, the players, but the fans were also, we were all revived. Okay, we're looking hopeful, and then that type of mistake. It's not the case that they did something absolutely phenomenal. It's like we basically hand them the goal. It's like, hey, this is it, take it, go. Yeah, Charity FC. Yeah, thank you very much. What was that? Yeah, so it's like absolutely unacceptable. Tosin needs to be better than that. Not just him, but the entire defense, the entire defensive line. And now we move to the midfield as well. Like I said, Santos struggled today. Let's be honest, right? If he had a very good game like in there against Burnley, we will all come here and say Santos, Ola, Ole, Santos, Ole. Yeah, we will sing whatever song we need to sing for him. I don't know if there's a song for him, but we will sing it. He was not on it today, because again, the physicality was there. So now are you telling me we cannot do nothing good? In the absence of Casado, in the absence of Reece James, in that we can do something good. Because for Enzo Fernandez to be useful and fruitful, he absolutely need that destroyer type of midfielder behind him to be able to help him. Then where Enzo come alive. So you see in the Burnley game, right? You see what happened. Not just the Burnley game, but the game before. Whenever there's somebody that bring that physical presence for Enzo, right, to be able to do all the little destroying things, Enzo then comes into Enzo, right? He now find his layer. He now find his foot. Then he can do like he gets that freedom to be able to be the Enzo that we want him to be. But today none of that was happening. The entire midfield was dead because at time when Burnley, when Leeds gets the ball, it's like our entire midfield is empty. What we doing? Nothing was working. Getting back to Maresca, that's why I talk about the tactical flexibility in game management, right? Now we saw him getting better with that little bit. Not in terms of player management and making sure we don't get injured. I'm not necessarily against the rotation, right? Because we need that considering the injuries that were hitting on left, right, and center. And we understand there are certain players that can play 2 games, 3 games in a row. And once that happens, we definitely need to rest them. And I'm okay. I'm okay with all resting certain group of players, but now the rotation can just be very drastic, right? It kind of affect the team as well. So Maresca need to definitely work on that. Number 4, the attack. Ja Pedro, yeah, we have to have what's it called, a workshop with this brother. Ask him what's going on. Like, what's the problem? What's going on in his head? What's under his head, like what's really happening? We saw him against Arsenal. There was a chance that he missed. Today again, there's another one that he's missing. So what's really going on? Now I don't even want to talk about Delap. Yeah, we signed Delap. I was very hopeful. Yeah, Diego Costa, Diego Costa is coming back. We saying all the madness we're supposed to say. Look, Delap, we can't even find Delap. I don't know. He haven't even found the net in the last 14 games for Chelsea or something like that. Again, what's going on? I know he's been injured, okay, but you just coming back, we understand. But it's like we need them to kind of find their foot again, because now if the defenders doesn't score, the midfielder doesn't score, Pedro Neto doesn't do something, we're dead. What's going on with our strikers? Ja Pedro love to play in behind the striker. Now he's been playing there, but still he's still unfruitful. So what really is going on? What's really going on? Because we let go of Jackson because he wasn't really giving us goal. Now the combination play in terms of pressing, we could depend on Jackson for that, but we let Jackson go because we thought Ja Pedro and Delap combined would probably give us more goals than Jackson would. But it looks like we just made one of the mistakes of our life. And as it seems right now, Jackson is definitely not coming back into the Chelsea squad. So what really did we do? So letting Jackson go was basically of no use. We could have kept him. So I don't know. The lab needs to pick it up out there. That's why people call for Maggie to start, and I get it. Because Maggie up there, there's a little bit more energy. There's a little bit more in behind running. He get a little bit more from him. But I know the lap on the ball, he's also good. I think he have a better understanding of the game than Maggie because he's a little bit experienced in tempo from a Premier League standpoint. Maggie maybe not so much. So I understand why maybe Maresca will go with him at times. But Gil brings the energy, and sometimes we need that. And that was one of the things we had in Jackson. But it's not. And I already talked about Gittins, right? He definitely needs to pick it up. We need a little bit more from him than just, I don't know, whatever he's giving us right now. Esteval today was not his best game. He lost his head. Maresca talked about in his post game. Like, you got a yellow card for no reason. And then you show, even though it's a handball, you have to play the game, brother. Right? Play the game and then later complain to the referee that it is a handball. But after that, you can just clip the man and then don't expect a yellow card, right? You know, like he was getting frustrated, and that's some of the things you get from games like Leeds and all of that lot, right? Definitely need to be better, right? And we'll also go to Bournemouth later, right? I think we're going away to Bournemouth. I think Bournemouth coming to us. I don't know. I think we're going to Bournemouth, right? We have like 3 games away or something like that, and we cannot carry this exact same performance there. And against Bournemouth, it's going to be even more difficult. Because we're seeing Bournemouth that play Liverpool, how it was. We're seeing them, with other teams, how it was. We cannot be going into this Bournemouth game looking like this, right? No. We have to find something to do. We have to be better. We have to pick up our radar. Because right now, our title hope, which is my last point, it's gone. Except Arsenal decide to go full on Arsenal, right, and bottle this thing. It's gone. We have no hope. We're 5 points behind City right now, if I'm not mistaken. 4 or 5 points behind City, sitting in a second. 9 points behind Arsenal. I don't see Arsenal losing 3 games, let alone 4. That's my question. Who really they're going to lose to? That's the question. If you know, you can answer. because it's gone. At this point, it's gone. We cannot continue with this inconsistency, right? We have two good games against Barcelona, Arsenal. Now we are on the how, and then we have this step of performance. That's what people call fall from glory. Yeah, right now we are in the trenches. We are back. We cannot be hopeful for a minute. That's why when you ask Enzo Fernandez, not Enzo Fernandez, but Enzo Maresca, it tell you wait to March and April, because I agree with him at this point. Because with this level of inconsistency, right, we're not going anywhere. But let me know your thought about everything we just discussed, and that I talk about. What do you think? Where do you think Chelsea should be at right now? Right? Do you think I'm being harsh, because of one bad performance, or do you think, I'm absolutely spot on and the team should definitely do better, right? Hit the like, hit the subscribe, please. I need it, right? This channel need it. It's a young channel, yeah. We still getting there, but please do me a favor, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Much appreciated. See you in the next video. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Cheers.